Yo, what's good, Good Eats 420 fam? Bassdropkeys, your friendly neighborhood Negro. In today's video, guys, we're going to be doing an unboxing and product review for the Ongrok Botanical Infusers. As you guys can see right here, this is the small one, this is the large one. If you're wondering what's the difference in these two, other than the size, obviously, in the small one, you can infuse 2/3 of a cup to 2.5 cups of whatever you want to infuse, butter, oil, tincture. And this one right here, you can actually do 1 cup to 5 cups in the large one. They also both come with a 190 micron filter bag as well. The large one comes with 2 filters, the 190 micron and the 73 micron filter bag as well. You also will find a recipe book and the instruction manual in both of these. So basically they come with the same thing, other than with the large one you get an additional filter bag, and with the large one obviously you can infuse more than you can with the smaller one. So depending on which one you want to get is basically depending on, you know, what size batches you're going to be doing. Remember with the Vivo 2 that you guys have already seen on the channel, with that one you're able to do a little bit over 1/2 cup to 2 cups. So this will be a more comparison for this one, the small one. With the large one, it's more like the magical butter machine. With the magical butter machine, you can actually do 2 cups to 5 cups. With this one right here, it says you can do 1 cup to 5 cups, but we're gonna actually find out right now. Also, I would like to mention that I sell these on my site, shop.goodeats420.com. What we wanna find out today is, are these products worthy of getting and using? How do they stack up with the other infusers that you've already seen on the channel? The Levo, the magical butter machine, the herbal electric infuser. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna unbox them, and then we're gonna use these machines in order to make some butter and some oil. I need butter and oil going forward with the recipes that you guys are gonna see on the channel. I need butter and oil to do that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually test these out, make some butter and oil with these after we unbox it, and then I'll give you my final opinions on if this is a good product or not. Once again, you can buy these at shop.goodeats420.com. This is not a sponsored video. The owners of Ongrok actually contacted me, and I informed them that I was not interested in a sponsorship deal or a brand deal. I have a wholesale account. I buy them myself, and if you guys want to buy them, you'll be buying them directly from me. So this is not a sponsored video. Hit up my website if you're interested in getting one. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. This is going to be the product unboxing and review for the Ongrok Botanical Infusers. Okay, before we go any further in the video, what I want to do right now is I want to go ahead and get our herbs inside the oven so that they can start decarbing. If you guys don't remember, you always want to decarb your herbs at 240 to 250 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. Remember, the reason why we're decarbing is we want to turn the THCA into THC. So 240 degrees Fahrenheit to 250 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 121 Celsius, for 30 minutes, and your herbs will be decarbed. I have 2 ounces in here, and this is what we're going to be using in order to make our butter and our oil. So before we actually go forward with the unboxing, I want to go ahead and get this in the oven, so that way whenever we're finished doing this part, this will already be pretty much done. And once again, if you need a decarb box, I sell them on my site, shop.goodeats420.com. I sell them for a lower price than you can get with magical butter. So if you need one, feel free to hit me up. Now I'm going to put this in the oven so it can decarb. All right, so let's go ahead and really get into this video. We're going to start by unboxing the large infuser. Let's do it. Here we go. All right, what we got here? Open this up, and we got a power cord right here. Oh, there we go. So this is the infuser itself. We have the gloves. We have the butter mold as promised. Yep, we have the 2 filter bags right here. And we have the owner's manual, and it comes with a cookbook so you have your recipes. Awesome. All right, so in this video, I am not gonna be using the filter bags. These filter bags, I learned this from, obviously I'm a Magical Butter expert, and Magical Butter comes with these kind of filter bags. They work great, but afterwards you have to clean them. So that's why I never use these filter bags. I use cheesecloth. It works amazing as well. And when you're finished with it, you can just throw it away rather than cleaning it. So thanks for the filter bags, but we won't be using them in this video. Cookbook and instruction manual, we don't need for this video. Their butter mold, we will try out. With the Ongrok, you actually get 2 gloves rather than 1. You know, with the Magical Butter machine, you get 1, they call it the Love Glove, but it's just a heat resistant glove so that you don't burn yourself. You get 2 gloves instead of 1, which is great. I don't think that we're gonna need the gloves this time, but they are great to have. So let's go ahead and take this out of the plastic here. All right, so we got the large one unboxed. Let's go ahead and do the small one. Here we go. Got the infuser itself. As you can see, it's smaller. And we got filter bag, 190 filter bag. We have a butter mold. The small one also comes with 2 gloves, owner's manual, and recipe book. All right, so we have both products unboxed now. One thing that I do notice right here is I'm noticing that with the large one, the butter mold is bigger than the smaller one. So these right here, as you can see, they're deeper, and this is more shallow. They do have the lines in here in both of them. Well, you will be able to tell, how many tablespoons you're actually doing. Because of how shallow these particular molds are, the small one compared to the large one, I don't know if this one right here are doing full sticks. I'm not quite sure. Here is the large infuser. You can see how it looks on the top. Has the temperature there. 1 hour oil, 2 hour butter, 4 hours tincture, 8 hours you can also do for tincture, and then it has the blend clean, just like the Magical Butter machine. For the small one, has the same thing, just obviously looks smaller. That way you guys can get a up close view on what we're looking at here. One thing that I'm curious about that I think may help you guys is this machine bigger or smaller than the Magical Butter machine? Let's find out real quick. I have one of my Magical Butters right here. Let's see something real quick. Obviously, the small one is not that big. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, so they look to be about the same height. Take up about the same amount of room. So that's great. All right, let's go ahead and open these up and see how they look. Yeah, so it's the same kind of deal like the Magical Butter, where you have, a stem right here with a blade on the bottom to help cut up your herbs. This is how it looks inside. Pretty basic, as you can see. For the smaller one, it's the same thing. Stainless steel inside. Awesome. Okay, so we have everything unboxed. What I want to do right now is I'm actually going to rinse these out before we use them, just in case, any kind of dust or debris could have got in here. We don't want our oil and our butter to have dust and debris. So let's go ahead and rinse these out, get them plugged in, and then we'll get ready to go to the next step. All right, so let's go ahead and move to the next step. In the big one, we're going to be doing the butter. In the small one, we're going to be doing the oil, the coconut oil. Remember, you always want to use clarified or ghee butter whenever you're making your can of butter. You always want to use clarified or ghee butter. Why is that? The reason is, whenever you're using regular butter is made out of 3 things: water, whey, and butter fats. That means there's only 1/3 of the butter that the THC can bind to. THC needs to bind to fats. Ghee butter or clarified butter is 100% butter fat. By it being clarified, what that means is they remove the whey and they remove the water from it, which leaves you 100% butter fats. So if you use ghee or clarified butter, that's 100% of the butter that the THC can bind to. So you always want to use ghee or clarified butter whenever you're making your can of butter. For the oil, I'm using coconut oil, but you can use whatever oil you want to. I already have olive oil made. You can do vegetable oil, sesame oil. There's all kind of oils that you can do. This happens to be coconut oil. It's because that's what I like to use, but you don't have to use coconut oil if you don't want to. You can use a different kind of oil if you want. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna put 2 cups of this ghee clarified butter inside of the machine. Let's do it. All right, that's 1 cup. As I'm looking in here, it does have a minimum and a maximum line. I was wondering whether or not you could actually do 1 cup with this, because it says you can do 1 cup to 5 cups in here. And the minimum line is low enough where you would be able to do 1 cup in here if you wanted to. But I need more than 1 cup. That's only 2 sticks of butter. We want to do 4 sticks, so let me get another cup right here. Yeah, this jar is 2 cups right here, so that's great. All right, we have our butter inside of the large one. Let's put our coconut oil in the small one. Instead of scooping it out, I'm gonna be smart. Put this in the microwave for a little bit and just pour it out. Yeah, see how easy it is now? We gotta work smarter. There we go. That's 1 cup. Let's do 2 cups. And that's 2 cups. Fantastic. All right, so now we have our butter and our oil inside the machine. This is liquid soy lecithin. As I told you guys, I use lecithin whenever I'm gonna be making more than a stick of butter, or if I'm gonna be doing more than a 1/2 cup of oil, I use lecithin. What it's used for is it's an emulsifier. It's gonna help your oil and your butter not separate. Also, it's gonna help your body absorb the THC much better. This is not 100% necessary, but we do like to recommend it for your butter and your oil. If you're doing a stick or more, I do like to recommend it, but this is not necessary. If you wanna get some, I will put the link in the description so you can get it from Amazon. Once again, recommend it, but not 100% necessary. As far as how much you use, however many cups of oil and butter you use 1 tablespoon per cup. So we did 2 cups in each of these. So we're gonna put 2 tablespoons in each of these. Pretty simple. All right, that's 1. And that's 2. Let's do the same thing over here. That's 1. That's 2. There we go. Bam. All right, guys, so it's been 30 minutes. Our herbs are finished decarbing. I'm gonna take them out right now, and we're gonna be putting 1 ounce in the big one, and we're gonna put 1 ounce in the small one. Now, I'm not gonna be showing the herbs in this particular video. You guys already know what herbs look like. If I don't show the herbs, I can monetize this video, and so that's what I'm doing. But you guys already know what it looks like. Let me go ahead and take this out, and then, like I said, we're gonna be putting 1 ounce in here, 1 ounce in there. All right, so as you guys can see, I just took out the decarb box. Before I do this, I do want to answer a couple questions that everybody always has. I always get about the decarbing. Does the decarbing smell up your whole house? Honestly, really can't smell it at all too much right now, but whenever you open up this lid, I get that nice waft of smell that I always associate with decarb herbs. You know what I'm saying? So I get that question all the time. Does it stink up your whole house? Really, it can change based upon, what strain. Basically, for the most part, you really can't smell it, honestly. But once you open up that lid, you will be able to smell it. All right, so give me a second here. Let me go ahead and put these herbs inside of the machines, and then we'll go for it in just a minute. Oh yeah, that's that smell that I love. All right guys, let me go ahead and do this real quick and we'll be right back. All right, so we have our herbs, we have our butter and our oil inside of here. We have our lecithin inside of here. All we need to do now is put on the top, plug it in, set our temperature, and set the cycle. Let's go ahead and do it. All right, first thing is, let's go ahead and put the tops on this. Fantastic. All right, we got the tops on. I got the outlet right under here, so let me just plug it in real quick. All right, guys, so this is the large one. We're gonna go ahead and set our temperature. We're gonna do it at 160. And our butter is in here, so we're gonna hit 2 hours butter. Pretty simple. Bam, and that's it. Over here, we're gonna set our temperature. Same thing, 160. And our oil is in here, so we're gonna do 1 hour oil. And there it is. That's all you have to do. Now what we have to do is we have to sit here and wait for these two machines to finish. I'll see you when they're done. All right guys, so as you can see, the small one is already done. Let's stop that. All right, so all that beeping was getting on my nerves. Wow. All right, so as you guys can see, the small one is already done. Remember, we put the small one on 1 hour. We put the large one on 2 hours because we're doing butter. This is already finished. I was going to wait until, both of them was done to go ahead and, go to the next step, which is straining it. But since this is already finished and I'm standing here, I'm gonna go ahead and strain this into a measuring cup I need. All right, so how I'm gonna strain it is, as you can see, I have a measuring cup, I have a strainer right here. I have some cheesecloth, as we were talking about earlier. I went and bought some cheesecloth. I cut a piece of cheesecloth, as you can see. And what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to strain this oil into this measuring cup. I wanna monetize this video, as I told you guys, so I'm not gonna actually show this part. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna strain this, obviously the cheesecloth is gonna catch the herbs. Then I'm gonna squeeze out all the additional oil that I can out of here. And then as soon as I do that, I'll come back and then we'll go from there. All right guys, so it's time to bottle up this coconut oil. As you can see, I have another one here that already has some medicated oil already in here, but it's only a little bit. So I'm just gonna use this as a container. See, there's already some medicated oil already in here. So let's just pour it in here. Beautiful. All right, so we just made the coconut oil. That was a great success. We still have less than 1 hour to go on this butter. So whenever this butter is finished, we're gonna strain it, and then we're gonna use the butter mold that came with the machine, and I'm gonna make some sticks. One of the questions that I get all the time with these type of videos is, do you have to, put it in the mold and put it in a refrigerator and let it set up in the sticks and everything? Or can you use it immediately? You do not have to let it sit up or anything to use your butter or the oil. The oil is ready to use right now. So if you want to cook something right now with the oil, you can cook it right now. Same thing with the butter. The reason why I'm going to be using the molds is I like to have sticks, because it's easy to figure out what the tablespoons is, but also I'm doing a YouTube video, and it's always great to make everything look as good as possible whenever you're a content creator. Presentation matters. So let's give this time in order to finish up. We'll come back and we'll do the same thing as far as straining it, molding it up, and presenting it to you guys. But yeah, so far so good. The small one works great. I'm gonna go ahead and clean it. You know what I'm saying? I guess we can go ahead and go over that too, since we're doing a product review, right? So check it out. So what you want to do is, there's a minimum and a maximum line in here. What you want to do is you want to take some dish soap, you want to put it inside. In between the minimum and the maximum line, you want to put some water, plug it in, hit where it says blend and clean. Whenever the cycle is finished, pour it out, rinse it out, and that's how you clean it. It's pretty simple. So I'm going to go ahead and clean it right now while this is finishing up. All right, hit where it says blend and clean, which is the button right next to the 8. When you finish the cycle, pour it out, rinse it out, and it's clean. You never want to submerge the top part. This is the brains of the machine, the top head. You never want to submerge this part in water. You can rinse off the bottom of it, clean it off, you know, however you want to, as far as like wiping it down, whatever, but you never submerge the top head part of it, the brain. You never submerge that in water. That's how you clean it. All right, guys, so you probably just heard that beeping. That means that this is finished. So we're gonna be doing the same thing that we did before. Let's go ahead and get ready to strain this. This one is already cleaned. I've already cleaned this one, so that's already ready to go. Let me just move this out of the way real quick here. All right, guys, so we got the butter strained. We're gonna go ahead and put it in the mold that it came with. Let's do it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to put this in the freezer for 30 minutes and let it sit. So that way we can come back and pop it out of the molds and we'll have sticks of butter. One of the things I forgot about is how flimsy these butter molds are. So I'm gonna use a flat surface, this pizza tray, in order to put it in here. A lot more easier. All right, guys, so it's been over 30 minutes. As you can see, I'm already popping out the butter sticks. I just wanted to make sure that they were solidified before we popped them out. But as you can see, they pop out really easy. Great. So the butter mold works great. All right, guys, so there you have it. As you can see, we have our butter sticks popped out of the mold. They look great. So overall, what's my thoughts about the Ongrok Botanical infusers? Are they worth getting? I would say yes. Obviously, I can't give you any information about the durability of the machines because I just used them for the first time. But as far as doing what they're supposed to do, they definitely work. They definitely work. So once again, if you're interested in buying one, come over to my site, shop.goodeats420.com. If you want to support me more than just watching the videos, which I really do appreciate, join the membership program right here on YouTube or come join us on Patreon. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much for all the love. And until I see you guys the next time, peace and good eats. I'm out, guys. Much love.